I think that I would build upon what I have done to this point, which is to get to the bottom of the facts. The City Council has incredible authority in fact-finding. They have the power of subpoena. They have the power to conduct hearings and meetings and collect information. And to this point on the data centers project, the city solicitor, the special counsel that they've hired, they've been asked to make opinions based upon a lack of information. And it's instead been the responsibility, the residents, myself included, have taken the responsibility of finding the information and putting it in the hands of the decision makers. I think it's irresponsible for our mayor and council to put the responsibility on the neighbors to take these types of actions, and it should instead be proactive. So if I were elected mayor, I would take a proactive approach to the collection of information, and I would make the situation such that we could have decisions based upon knowledge and not about conjecture or speculation.
Thank you. Rebecca Powers?
Up to this point, mayor and city council have not had a say in whether or not this proposed data center and power plant will move on to the Star campus. Should they have some sort of say, I think that the main objective of the mayor should be to gather all the information appropriate, to not just get information on the science and the emissions from the Data Centers LLC, but to reach out to other organizations. I have spoken to someone at EPA, I've spoken to someone who engineers natural gas power plants at Con Edison in New York City, and I think it's important to diversify where we're gathering our information from. A lot of the consternation in the community over this project has been about the lack of public information, and I think going forward, the leaders, the mayor, need to make sure that they check in with the other departments of the city government with some frequency, that they ask the city manager what they're working on, what's coming down the pipe, and that we prevent being in this situation later where other departments of the government have entered into a non-disclosure agreement or something similar without the knowledge of the elected officials.
Thank you. Robin Harlan?
I will pick up where I left off with being snowed. We were sold a bill of goods by the university. I'm very outspoken, and you need to know that ahead of time. We were sold a bill of goods so that they could purchase that property and do with that property what they felt like doing, without any regard for the citizenship of this town. And it's plain and simple. I saw it firsthand. The presentation is nothing like what is there. And Mayor, I intend to make transparency happen in this community, where everybody knows exactly where the university stands and where the city stands. No more hiding under the covers. No more not telling us things. I own a house here too. I want to know what's going on in my community, because we have children and elderly that need our protection from having pollutions in our air. Thank you.
Thank you. Matthew Bento?
Well, I like this if elected, because maybe Dr. Harker will actually return one of my phone calls or emails. I mean, that would be nice. Because I would like to have had more information to bring with you. However, in my research, I know that when we going forward and influencing this decision, we need to not just look at the power plant, but the STC zoning as a whole, because they are zoned for radio towers, 500 feet. They are zoned for much, much more things to come. And we need to ask these questions. What are you planning to do and why? This is information that we have not been privileged to. I've been to every library, the university, and the public. I have made phone calls and I have written emails, and anybody who's willing to talk to me, I've spoken to. So, I will definitely dig a little deeper, and I will make sure that we report to the citizens.
Donald Delcalo?
Yes. Hi. If I was mayor and I had the chance to vote against the power plant at Star Campus, I would vote no. But I would work to help move the power plant to a more appropriate location with an adequate water supply.
the university can do whatever they want on their own land. That's the state law that we have. So, as mayor, I would try to encourage the university to treat the younger sibling, if you will, of Newark in the manner in which all families treat each other. Where yes, you're the older sibling. You're the billion-dollar corporation in our city that has a $40 million budget. But we treat each other well and with respect. We talk honestly. We talk about our plans for the future. From a nuts and bolts, facts and figures, data-driven guy, I can tell you everything you want to know about this data center and the associated power plant. But the reality is that we are not only a democracy, we are a republic, and we live within the laws. And where I've been working is to try to get those laws to be on the citizen's side so that you have the authority that you need. Run out of time? Sorry. The mayor doesn't get interrupted when he runs out of time.
Thank you. Emotions are high.